All right. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to GAMcast Live, the biggest story of the day, September 9th, 2022. GAMcast, the Florida and Georgia lawyer that breaks down the events of the day through the lens of the Constitution, the law, and history. Today's biggest story by far is Biden's plan to rid us of oil and gas. Everybody's talking about Queen Elizabeth dying, and obviously our thoughts and prayers go out to her family, in the United Kingdom. But it's a much bigger story happening here at home. Take a listen to Biden's Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. She's going to tell you all about it. Again, we try to keep these under 4 minutes. If you like this, please hit that like button into the end. That'll help us out. Please subscribe, tell a friend, share this with other people. 4 minutes or less, you get the biggest story of the day, Monday through Friday, and probably on Saturdays. We're going to take Sundays off. But anyway, here's Janet Yellen.
Our plan, powered by the Inflation Reduction Act, represents the largest investment in fighting climate change in our country's history. And it will put us well on our way toward a future where we depend on the wind, the sun, and other clean sources of energy. We will rid ourselves from our current dependence on fossil fuels.
All right, folks, so we're going to go through this and break it down, but this is just an crazy thing. A lot of what happens, a lot of the reason they're going after Trump and the Trump raid is all about distracting us from what the Biden administration is actually doing. So let's break this down. It's a 26-second bit, and I've got about 2.5 minutes to break it down even more. But let's take it bit by bit here. And there's a lot of things in here that are terrible. Listen.
Our plan, powered by the Inflation Reduction Act.
Okay, it's powered by the Inflation Reduction Act. How do you reduce inflation by spending money? You don't. You increase it. Look for inflation to increase.
Represents the largest investment in fighting climate change.
Okay, it's the largest spending. It's not an investment. Something doesn't become an investment just because you characterize it that way. I mean, I guess it does them because God created two genders and they've got tons. But anyway, they continue.
In our country's history. And it will put us well on our way toward a future where we depend on the wind, the sun, and other clean sources of energy.
All right, so our future where we depend on the wind and the sun and other clean resources, which she doesn't say, okay? The wind and the sun. Does that sound like the future to you? Or does that sound like going back to the caveman era? That's what it sounds like to me. In fact, that is what it is, going back cavemen, right? But she gets worse. She saves the best for last. I'll give her that.
Energy. We will rid ourselves from our current dependence on fossil fuels. Our plan, powered by the inflation...
All right. I missed it up there. Sorry about that. Let me go forward.
...and other clean sources of energy. We will rid ourselves from our current dependence on fossil fuels.
All right. We will rid ourselves on our dependence on fossil fuels. Folks, we are not dependent on anything. It is the dominant fuel source in the country. That is what's called reality, okay? And notice how she uses the language that it's a dependence. It's not a dependence. It is the most efficient fuel market out there. The capitalist market has spoken. The best one out there is oil and gas. She wants to get rid of it. I'll leave you with one more thought about this, how awful this is. Folks, it's not just gas for your cars. It's not oil to heat your home. It's not just that. Oil and gas go into just about every single solitary. You look around your house, just about everything, plastic, everything. At some point, oil and gas played a part in that. Anyway, if you like this, again, hit the like button, share it, subscribe. And if you like this, I hope you tune back in to the next one.